Hello everyone, welcome to the orbit of the coding. So today I am going to explain what is yield keyword in C Sharp. So let's go to the Visual Studio and we'll see some examples. So I have already created some examples. So what is the use of yield keywords? So just I am going to explain you. I create a static int add, right, and I have written a multiple value inside it, right? So whenever I call the add method, it's only return a value 0, because once we put the return in any methods, and after onwards the code is not reachable and the code is not executed return once and 1 and 2. So every time once we call add, it's return only 0 value, right, in the normal scenario, right? So suppose we have a requirements. We have a requirement. I have a loop 1 to 10. I need to perform 10 iterations, right? And I want to return 10 iterations value, right? I want to return every value in the iterations. So what we can do, right? So in the normal behaviors we are doing, so we are using like we create one integer type of variables, right, and then iterate the loop, and once and store in the integer. So it's 10 time iterate the loop and one by one store in the number variables, and then it returns the number that we are returning, right, in the one go, right? So this is the way, besides if we don't use a yield keyword. So now I am going to explain what is here we can use yield keyword. So first of all I just explain this one, right? So here you can see that I use a to add functions, print nothing because I don't call anything. Console, right, you can see every time x or y we returns 0, because and after going forwards the code is not reachable or return 1 and return 2. So I want to return multiples value, then you can see that I just create a loop and then store in the one other variables and trying to returnings. So here you can see that once I call the functions this, I just comment the two functions, and now you can see that here. So one by one go to the numbers, and it's store the value in every iterations and set into the like variables, right? Here you can see that. So it's 10 time loop is iterating, and once loop is completed, then it's return the value. So I need to perform some extra operation to create variables, store the all the iteration value in the variable, and then return the value. So this is the normal way we can do. Now I am going to show you, so what's the change if I use yield returns. So in our scenario, if I need to return iteration every value, right, then we can use L returns. like if the iteration is 10 iteration, and then I want to return every each and every iteration's value, then we can use yield returns. Here you can see that if I create a function yield, in function yield you can see that just I iterate the loop and just use yield return and perform some operations. So it's just only 2 3 lines of code. Here you can see that write multiple lines code and it's iterating and iterating. So once we use yield keyword, so code is very reduced. Line number of lines code is totally reduced, and also you can see that major benefits over that. So once I execute that particular functions with yield keyword, then you can see that, so this function was called because I already okay put the loop here. Function yield should be called, right? So when I'm trying to execute the function again, so I just comment that functions, and once I'm going to execute, here you can see that it go to the function yield. So function yield is usually used enumerable collections. So once I go to the loop, here you can see that it's 10 time loops and its iteration is one iteration. So once it's go to the yield returns, then it perform all the operation, then exactly it's go back to the first functions. So it's all calculated all the functions, and it's return that particular numbers. Here you can say that in the items 1 4. So just here we, if we need use that functions, and you can see that print 4. So in that functions we return all the value in the one go. So that is the major benefits of using a yield keyword, right? So thank you so much. Thank you. Have happy learning, and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Have a nice day.